So I've done this side. Now I'm going to demonstrate on the other side. And besides this, I also want to talk to you about what we'll be learning later using the same curling iron. We're going to talk about ribbon curls that are simple to give you that beachy wave or just a nice brush, soft wave. And we're also going to, at the end, do a pretty up style or glam ponytail with some wave. So I'm going to save her for a little later. And then I have Maya. Maya, I haven't styled this completely yet, but look at these beautiful undulating waves in her hair. She started with really curly hair. I did a smooth blowout and then did these waves. They're almost like finger waves with some volume. So I'll be teaching that technique as well. So stay with me throughout, and if you have any questions, I'll be checking in periodically to answer anything that you've asked. And if I happen to miss one, I'll go back after this is over, read the comments, and add answers to any questions then. So let's talk about why it's important to use a good curling iron like this one. This one has a titanium barrel and a ceramic clip. Now, some of you may not have been told before the technology behind curling irons and what makes them work, or why they work so well. A titanium surface is corrosion resistant. You're not going to see a lot of product buildup, and you're not going to have drag on the hair. And then the ceramic clip is for smoothing. As the hair is wrapped around this iron, you can see, I'm just demonstrating quickly with this, you'll see there's no drag, and it's going to drop it down, and it's going to leave a smooth surface. Now with this, I want to talk about why it's clipped this way. This is something that I hadn't considered until I saw someone do it. And I was in a workshop and I, clipped my mannequin hair here out of the way. But look what happens when you do that. You create this slag, and when you're trying to work in another area, it gets caught. So in order to hold this tighter and out of your way, if you're working in a back section or whatever section, take the clip, put it in right at the base where the hair is attached to the head, and that's going to hold it firmer. That's just a little tidbit, but let's get started now on these curls. I'm going to probably do this in 3 sections. I'm taking my wide tooth comb. Well, I've done it with my finger there. I'm going to take my wide tooth comb and brush that out of the way. Now, I'll take her closer to the camera so that you can watch the curling iron and watch my hand as I do it. So I'm pinching the hair with my hand and thumb, just like this, holding in my hand with a thumb. I'm starting at the top. I'm going to take the hair around the curling iron. I'm holding the clip open, and the clip will not move. Now, before I go around, I'm going to pinch, twist, and wrap. So now I'm going to pinch, twist, and wrap. So I'm actually twisting the hair before I wrap it around the barrel. So I'm not going to close the clip. I don't like to leave marks on the hair. So as you can see, I have wrapped that hair well. It's tight. It's a lot firmer and tighter than had I done a ribbon curl. Now I'm going to release that into my hand. Keep it in place and secure it with a clip. Now, I'll do that one more time. I'm going to separate that section with the comb. We're going to curl that one the same way. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm teaching how to do firmer, tighter curls for glam waves or for those looks that need to last all night. This is the way to make that happen. I'm using the OG Olivia Garden 1 1/4 inch iron. I'm gonna pinch the hair, wrap it around the iron. I twisted it. See, it's twist again, wrap, twist and wrap, twist and wrap. Now I'm gonna hold that for a few seconds Everybody's a little different on that. My magic number seems to be about 10 seconds. I'm gonna release it and pin it into place. Now I'm gonna do the third one. I'm not going to do the whole head. I'm working just around the face so I can demonstrate, and that way I can get more looks done with the other two mannequins as well, because I really want to teach you as many things as I can in an hour, or less than an hour. So let's take this. Once again, we're starting at the base. Wrap, pinch, twist, and wrap. Twist and wrap, twist and wrap. Now I'm holding that firmly for a few seconds. And if you weren't here a few minutes ago when I was talking about the surface of this curling iron and why it works so well, the barrel itself is titanium, which is a wonderful heat conductor as well as corrosion resistant. So you're not going to get a lot of product buildup. I've been using mine for a while now, and I mean, I clean it, but it's not something that I have to constantly watch to do because it doesn't get a buildup. And it has, the clip is ceramic, and the purpose in the ceramic clip is to smooth over the surface while we're curling, because the ceramic will give a much softer, smoother finish. Now I'm going to clip that one in place. So let's turn her around. These have had time to cool. I'm gonna leave those to cool for a few minutes. It's important that you let the curls cool if you're trying to make them last. So let's take this out and you'll see just how bouncy and springy that curl is. And you know, for a 1 1/4 inch curling iron, that's a great springy curl, but it's not tight and coily. If she wanted tight and coily, I could go in with a smaller iron, but for this, we want curl that is loose and relaxed enough, but still firm enough to hold. So I've dropped that one. I'm gonna drop each. And as you can see, they're really springy. Now the back, because I was in a hurry and working with the other two mannequins, I did not do this curl technique on the back. So that actually shows you how much firmer these curls are and how much they draw up versus the back where I just did a quick ribbon curl. Now, let's take our wide tooth comb. It's this one right here, Carbon Light from Olivia Garden. I'm just gonna brush through these curls that we just created. Let me pull her back a little. Okay, now let's brush. And look at that. Beautiful, beautiful glam waves. One brush through or comb through, and we got it. Oh, I'm so excited. Does anybody watching get as excited as I do over beautiful waves and curls? Look at that. So now I've brushed it twice because I was looking at the front. There's one thing that's hard for me when I'm working with a camera sometimes is not to be able to just watch in a mirror and work. I think if you're a hairstylist, you can relate well to that. So here is Rachel with her glam wave. I'm gonna turn her and bring her in closer. Look at that beautiful wave. I just love it. I get so excited now. I want to fix my hair that way and go out somewhere. So let me move to the other side now. And actually I'll turn her. Let's see. Now I'm gonna leave these to cool just a little while longer. They're still a little warm. So I'm gonna set Rachel to the side and I'm going to bring on Maya. Let's see. Maya, look at her hair. Now let me tell you a little bit about Maya. Her hair, her curl pattern, natural curl pattern is about probably a 3C. And I'd already done a blowout on her for another look, and I had also done a spiral wrap curl pattern, the flexi rods. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. So I'd already done that, and her hair has a lot of product on it, but I went in and created these undulating waves. They're beautiful by themselves. I'm going to show you in just a moment how I created these. But I'm going to take my hands and kind of rake through, work a little, work that surface. I'll bring her forward so you can actually see closely what my hands are doing. I'm going to move around her, come to the other side, continue that. And you know, it's so exciting to see so many people tuning in because the Hairbrain people don't know this. Well, they should know I'm a fan, but Hairbrain really is my favorite education platform out there. And it's always been a secret dream to get to teach with Hairbrain. So thank you guys. Thanks to Hairbrain for having me here, and thanks to all of you who tune in and make it worthwhile. So now you see Maya. Let's see. So I've kind of worked that, but I want to push those waves in firmer. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got a wave coming here. I'm going to take my hand, push that in a little. May even take my clips and kind of place that with a clip. Now her hair has some layers, so it makes it a little harder. If she had one length hair, there would be a beautiful wave pattern that rolls out. We're still getting the right wave pattern. It'll just be a little more voluminous than if she had longer hair with less layers. Now, push that in. So, I'm going to take a little bit of hairspray. I don't need a lot of hairspray on Maya because there's already so much product and her hair holds it well. I'm just putting the spray on the surface to help push and hold those waves in. And in just a moment, I'm going to teach you the set that helped me to create these waves. So always, when I'm working, I have tools that I always use, my brushes and my combs, but my hands. I mean, I work those hands, and as you can see, like here, I'm gonna smooth over a little. If I take my hands and push those waves in even tighter, we're gonna get a firmer wave. So let me take these clips out now. And I love it. Actually, it would even be pretty if she's going out to put, if she wanted to, a pretty little rhinestone barrette. So there are those beautiful waves. Let me look and see her from the front. You guys are seeing her. I want to see. Yes, Maya. She's beautiful. Only a hairstylist would understand when I talk to my mannequins. Okay. Now, let's talk about how we got those waves. I'm going to turn her and push her forward so that I can really hone in with the camera and the curling iron. So, let's see. I've got about enough hair left out to do about two sections. So, I'm going to separate that. Take this top section out of my way. And there's a little tip here that I'm going to tell you about that I picked up in a workshop. I didn't realize. Anytime I've been taught to do waves before, we start at the top and create waves and come down. But Maya's hair is really curly on the ends, and I didn't want to have any frizz. So when I started working with hers, I realized it was easier to start from the bottom, because when I start from the bottom and make my way to the top, I have more control than if I start at the top and then end up with an odd length of hair at the bottom. So here, I want her ends to be turned under. Therefore, I'm going to first start, just roll the ends under. And as you can see, there's product steaming. Don't worry, that's not her hair, it's the product. So I've just rolled that one under. Now I'm going to flip my curling iron the other way with the clip on the bottom. I'm going to dip into that and roll it up. But as I roll it up, I'm not taking the previous curl and pulling it against the iron. Because if I pull it against the iron, I'm going to see a clip mark, and I don't want that. So now, as you can see, turn it that way. As you can see, there's already, a wave, a dip in and a wave over. Next one, I'm gonna go underneath with the clip on top, right behind that wave, and push and create that same wave pattern that I had on the other side. Now, you see that happening? There's over, under, and over. And actually, there's not enough room at her scalp to create another under wave. And I could try it. Well, there is. But if you get to one that there's not enough, just push it on, take your curling iron and go over it and push it over with the other one. And so then as I'm working, while the hair's still warm, I'm actually going in and pushing the wave in and giving it a few seconds to cool in my hand. Then I'm going to drop it below, and you can see how firm that wave is. Now I'll do it one more time. For those who are just tuning in, we're doing undulating waves on Maya. She started out with about a 3C curl pattern. Her hair's really curly. She's already had a blowout, and then she had a flexi rod set. I brushed all that out, and now I'm doing a curling iron set. So I'm using the 1 1/4 inch curling iron from Olivia Garden. Here I'm starting on the ends, and once again, that steam that you see is product coming off the hair. It's not the hair itself. So look at the ends of that. I want you to, if you can see in my hand, how smooth that made those ends. The ends were really curly. I want them turned under, so I turn the ends under first, just like this with the clip on top. Now I'm going right above that with the clip on bottom, and I'm pushing a wave in. So what we're going to see is almost like the shape of a finger wave, but it's going to have volume to it. So as you can see now, I'm going under and over. The next one, clip's going to be on top. I'm going in behind that under wave. Now I'm making an over wave, and I'm rolling it, turning it under. So, and I'm keeping this in my hand, and as you can see, I'm not pulling the hair against the clip while it's waiting to be styled, because if I pull it against the clip, I'm going to get marks that I don't want to see there. So, and her hair is exactly what I was saying a minute ago on the last curl. She does have some space there that isn't enough to get an under wave. So I'm going to go back in closer to the scalp and just smooth and turn. That's why this ceramic clip is so great. It's actually smoothing that surface for me. And before I even brush it out, I'm going to hold her closer to the camera. Can you see the shine and smoothness from the way the curling iron lifted over that, or smoothed over it? So now I'm going to let that cool just a minute, but I love that you can actually see that wave happening. She is definitely a candidate for the red carpet. And because of that, I gave her beautiful lashes and lips too. So, you know, these techniques, I laugh about my mannequins because I spend so much time with them. Honestly, I practice all the time. It's a must. So some of these techniques, I want you to practice if you haven't done them before. I want you to go back and rewind the video, and if I'm doing this technique, listen, stop the video, practice the technique. If you need to go back to the video, go back, practice over and over, because practice makes perfect, and that's what makes your work beautiful and saves you time in the end. Okay, now I'm just gonna comb through that. That's, you know, when the curls are set so beautifully, or waves, it's not scary to comb or brush them out, but it does make me think, gosh, do I have to touch them? But as you can see, creates glam for her. Let me look at Maya. Yes, now I'm going to, because her hair's not one length, I'm going to work it. Actually, I'm going to take my small comb and smooth over these ends just a little. Brush that into place in there, and I'm going to put a couple clips in on this side, same as we did on the other. I'm going to push that back with a clip. I'm going to push this one back with a clip. I'm going to add a little hairspray for her. She doesn't need anything stiff. I'll just use a lightweight spray, a good working spray to hold it in place. I'm actually taking my hands and cupping the shapes of the waves in. It's always important to keep using your hands. Your hands are your tool. They're your most used tool. Okay. Now, oh, I think she's beautiful. She is definitely ready for the night out. Check out her beautiful waves. Okay. Now, are there any questions about Maya before we move on back to one of the other mannequins? Are we good? Okay. Now, wait, what did you say, Sabrina? Oh, hi. Hands. Oh, hands are the best tools. Yes, they are, for sure. So, and we all have them. Okay, so let's set Maya aside and we'll move back to Rachel. Do you call your mannequins by name? No, it just makes it more personable, it seems. Okay, so here's Rachel. What we did earlier with her was a technique where you twist and wrap the curl. I'm going to demonstrate one time on a back section for anyone who didn't see earlier. So I pinned these curls in place. I'm just going to take a small section of hair so that you can see the way it works. You would pinch the hair in your hand, start at the top, wrap it around the barrel, twist, go back around the barrel, twist, around, twist, around. Oh, let's see. I think I had that where the clip was blocking the view. Let me go to the other side. So, the way this would work, we need to have it smoothed out. I grabbed that hair without smoothing it, and it made it a little more difficult. So, I would take the hair in my hand, pinch it, wrap it over the barrel, twist, wrap, twist, wrap, twist, wrap, and hold it a few seconds. Now, while I'm holding that, if you didn't hear me say earlier how much I love that titanium barrel. The hair glides off, it is corrosion resistant, and it's pretty, you guys. It's kind of a gunmetal metallic gray. It's not quite dark black. So now that I've released that curl, I'm going to, I pin it in place just like that. For her, really, I don't have to. I'm not working in the back. I just wanted to demonstrate that curl. And then, so here, as you can see on this side, I've already brushed out or combed out what we did. So I'm going to work on the other side now, take these curls down, brush those waves in, and then we'll look back at her in the right way. Let's see, professional hairstylist recommendation on type of rated long barrel professional curling iron. Type of make. This one is honestly my favorite. It's Olivia Garden. It's a 1 1/4 inch curling iron. It has a cool tip so that when I'm working, I can hold it. It has a titanium barrel that's corrosion resistant, and the hair will slip and glide on it. And then it has, the clip has ceramic coating, and ceramic actually smooths the hair and adds shine while we're working. Also, this one, I want you to notice where the clip is. It's out of the way, it's not up here, so up near the barrel, so it gives you more working space. You actually have more room with the length of the barrel. And in addition to that, I'm going to show you one more thing about it, and then I'll get to what we're doing. While I'm working, if I were making a curl with this curling iron, I want you to watch my hand. I want you to watch this. I'm going to back up a little so you can see my hand working better. What I want you to watch is the position of my hand and wrist, because this really is an ergonomic clip. A lot of times the position of a clip puts tension on our wrist or on our thumb, and this is made to help protect that. So I'm going to, or protect our hands and wrists. So I'm going to take this. So when I'm working, let's say I start here, I dropped it, and I pull I twist, then I can slowly release, but you see, my hand doesn't feel any pressure or tension. I'm not even holding that clip very much because the curling iron has enough grip to hold the hair for me. Now when I'm releasing, I'm tapping and releasing, but it made an easy curl without any stress on my hand. So now let's get back to our set. Let me turn her around. What I want you to notice is the springiness and firmness of these curls. The reason for the twist pattern on the iron and clipping to cool is to give you a springier curl. See how much bounce those curls have created with a 1 1/4 inch curling iron? So what that gives us is a lot of firm curl without being too curly. A lot of times people want the curl, but they don't want a really tight curl. They just want a good curl that's going to hold. And this iron will give you that. So now, as I said earlier in the video, I did not create those same curls throughout her whole head. I'm doing just the sides so that you can see the effect of that, so that I could save time and teach the styles and techniques on the other mannequins. So we've got those curls released. Now let me bring her to the camera closer, and I will brush through those, and you see how they automatically spring into a firm wave curl. So let me turn her around to face you, and you'll see more of that. I'm gonna brush this, and actually I always keep a brush that has the nylon bristles and the boar bristles in it. This one is the Divine by Olivia Garden. And the reason I use this type brush is that here she's got some little pieces that don't blend in, that they don't want to lay in with the other hair. So this brush, the nylon bristles will grip that hair and the boar bristles will smooth it. That's why a brush like this always needs to be in your kit. And this one just happens to be shaped in an ergonomic way. I can hold it like that and work, and it doesn't bother my arm at all or my wrist. So I'm gonna brush over that surface a little more, and now she has that beautiful wave pattern. Let me look at her face, that we like seeing on the red carpet these days. But it's not so much your mother's wave pattern. It's more of a modern wave for today. And because I want to see those waves really extended, I'm going to take my fingers just like this, a thumb and pointer, and spread those waves. And that gives me a little more control of the style. And let me look at her. I'm going to come over to the other side. I'm going to spray those waves in lightly. Now I'm going to the other side to do the same thing. I'm going to turn her around, and because I want the curl to stay, but I don't want it to be so tight and bouncy. Once again, I'm going to take my fingers and just spread the waves. And by spreading, I get more design in the style, and that's really with only 3 curls right there. So let me spray that, take the can, push those waves in, and there you have it. So here is Rachel with her glam waves. I'll take her a little closer to the camera so that you can see her. There's Rachel. Okay, now let's go to, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. We'll just call her Blondie. We'll go to Blondie. Okay, on her, I've just created ribbon curls, and I'm going to do the same thing. These are the quickest and easiest curls. So if you're a hairstylist, or if you are a consumer and you're trying to create quick waves that don't take long but look really good, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm using the 1 1/4 inch curling iron from Olivia Garden. One thing I haven't talked about is how long this barrel is. It's an extra long barrel, so for long hair like this, it's great. So, if you didn't hear me say earlier about the way I clip the hair, it's so important. It's a good trick to know. If you're clipping hair out of the way, if you clip it from down here and push it over, you still got hair in your way. So in order to keep the hair secured, it's best to go in with a clip at the base to hold the hair tightly away. But now we're taking the clip out because we're working with that hair. Now, I'm going to go, that side section is really only going to need 2 curls. Going in behind it, I'm taking vertical sections. I'm starting at the base. Turning the curling iron, and just as I go, drop down, curl a little more, drop some more, and you can, it's up to you if you want curl in the ends or if you want to drag the curling iron down for straighter ends. Now, I'm going to do 1 more in the front. I'm going to start twisting at the top, keep moving it. Just keep that curling iron moving. One thing to know about why that's important is because sometimes people tend to use higher heat than others. If you are one who turns the heat up a little higher, make sure that that curling iron is constantly moving. You don't want to hold high heat on the hair for a long period of time. If you're someone who likes a lower heat setting, then use that, and you can use that a few seconds. You know, I kind of can think about that as how my clothes iron works. If my iron is a little hot, I'm trying to move it over my clothes quickly. If it's too hot on the type of fiber, then I know I need to turn it down. So use your judgment on the hair type and what heat setting you need. Okay, so we've created these ribbon curls. Now, I'm gonna let those cool on that side for just a minute. These have had plenty of time to cool. I'm just gonna brush through, and as you can see, it's just nice, soft, loose waves that we see a lot on the gram and TikTok, and all these girls that leave the salon want these pretty waves so they can go out and take their selfies and post. And you guys, if you got clients who do that, tell them, make sure to tag me in your selfies, because a lot of times I find that, you know, if I'm pushed for time, my clients can get better pictures than I can. They know exactly the angle to get the perfect selfie, and I repost their selfies all the time. Okay, so as you can see, it's a nice, smooth, loose wave, but what I want you to notice, I'm gonna hold her closer because I really want you to see the surface of this hair. Do you see how smooth and shiny that is without flyaways? And you saw how quickly I did those curls. That is because that titanium was working to hold the heat in. By the way, titanium, it has dual heaters too. There's one on top and one on bottom, so you're gonna get a nice even curl without hot spots. But anyway, that curling iron, the barrel was working to push the curl in, while the ceramic coating on the clip was working to smooth, and that's how we got that smooth, shiny surface from creating those curls. Now, are we ready to turn her into a bridesmaid or a prom girl, or just how about a girl or a woman who wants a night out and wants to feel special and just add a little extra touch to her face? Who's that? Oh, hey! Oh, Devin. Hi, Devin. It's good to have you here. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to I'm going to separate her. Actually, I'm going to take it out from here. So this is something that's very important if you are creating up styles or working on long hair. Sometimes people forget how much easier it is if you divide and conquer. I'm going to divide that section. It's parted on the side, and then I came in right above her eye. So it's probably 2 inches wide, 2.5. I'm going to clip that neatly out of my way. It's important that you stay neat when you're working. You don't want the hair flopping in the client's eye. You want to keep it professional. Okay, now, if I were creating a real intricate up style, I would go in and separate both sides. I would work with the back first, secure it, and then bring the sides in secure. That gives me more control. It helps the hair to hold better so that it doesn't fall easily. Now, remember when I said that I always keep that brush with the nylon bristles and the boar bristles? Does anybody remember the purpose of the nylon and the boar? I'll give you a chance to answer, but also I'll go ahead and answer. The nylon bristles grab the hair as I'm working and hold it in place and smooth anything left on the surface that needs to be caught into the hair, while the boar bristles bring natural oils and product through the hair and make it a lot smoother. So now I've got all that much hair on the sides, all of that hair in the back. I'm going to bring all of that into a ponytail. If you haven't seen this trick before, you need to know this. Not everybody has access to bungees or has them in your kit. So I'm using just a regular rubber band, just like what you get wrapped around your mail. I'm putting 2 bobby pins on it, 1 on each side. Now, so as you see, I've created my own bungee. I'm going to take this hair, I'm going to scoot her back now so that I have a little more room. I'm going to take this hair, brush it all back into a smooth ponytail. And remember, her hair was curled just using a regular ribbon curl technique with the curling iron. Make sure I catch her ears. Now, if she's someone who's self-conscious about her ears, which some people are, in that case, I would have left the sides out, secure the ponytail tightly, and then bring the sides back a little looser so that they kind of lay over the top of her ears, and then secure them to the ponytail. There's so many little tricks like that that make all the difference in whether your salon guest is happy and how the overall finish turns out. So now I have that. I'm going to take one of those bobby pins and push it into the side. I'm not opening the bobby pin, I'm just pushing it in. Now I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to just wrap around. As you can see, I'm holding the bobby pin and stretching the rubber band and wrapping it around the hair. I'm going to go one more time around. Now I'm going to take that bobby pin and push it right back in. And now it's tight and secure, but it's not, I didn't have to pull and twist all this through ponytail holders to get it to stay. Now I'm going to work on her ponytail just a little bit. I mean, it's so pretty, just brushed out. I'm going to work my hands and start to lift. Just lift and spread. Let me come around to the other side. It's important when you're doing this to look at both sides, look at the back, look at the front, and look at it in the mirror or on camera, as well as looking at it from a direct view, because sometimes when you step back and look, you see something you may not have seen the other way. So to me, that's a beautiful ponytail. Now, here's something fun. I'm going to take down that side section that I pinned up. For those who may not have seen earlier, I'll turn her around again. I pulled up that much. Just her hair's parted on the side, so it's probably about 2 to 2.5 inches across here. Now, I'm going to, actually, this is my favorite comb. It's the tool I always pick up. But I'm going to take my brush. Actually, I'll probably use a little bit of my lightweight working spray. Just mist over it. Not enough to make it stiff or sticky, not to hold, just to give me something to work with. And that's gonna add a little more shine and help me push the wave in. So let me turn her so that you can actually see the wave as I'm brushing it, because it makes a big difference. Let me move her forward. So I'm actually brushing and creating that soft, smooth wave. Now, I'm going to take that wave just like this. You see that wave forming? I'm going to take that to the back. Now I'm going to turn her head around so you can see what's going to happen in the back. Let me turn her. Okay, I like the way that looks. I'm going to keep it there, but I'm going to kind of spread the wave into a higher wave. And the way I'm going to make that happen is I'm taking these tall hairpins and I'm going to start here. These hairpins are not going to stay. They're there to hold it in place while I'm working. Let's see. Okay, one more. Now, while that's in place, her hair's heavy, so I may add a couple more of those long hairpins just to really know that I'm not going to lose it. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to probably spray that a little more. And once again, working with those hands, always smoothing those waves. I'm going to take a bobby pin now. I'm going under that and secure the hair with the bobby pin hidden. I'm going in behind that other wave. Let me see if I can pull her closer so you can really see. I'm going in behind that other wave. Once again, I'm adding a bobby pin that's going to help to hold that curl or that wave in place. I'm going in and spraying that wave and making it a lot more secure. I'll go in. This is another trick. I use these hair pads all the time to hold my pins. So, because I don't always have somebody standing there. Actually, the first time someone offered to stand and hand me pins, I felt a little odd because I'm used to grabbing things for myself. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and hold that wave in place. And here it's trying to stick up a little, so I'm going in like this and really hold it down. Oh, because I don't want that one sticking up. So now I'll go in, add a little more spray. So now, let's look at her from the back. If I were to let that drop, it wouldn't have the drama and interest that the wave creates. So I'm going to go in. That's why the purpose in that. But as you can see, because of the curl I created, she's still waving. So I'm going to take that hair, start to spread that wave one more time. And here, the wave's trying to drop, so I'm going to pick that up with my finger and pin it in place. Going right behind it, and I'm pinning one more time. Pin here, pin again. You know, the thing is, when you're doing styles like this, always constantly go back and look. Step back and look. When I see this, okay, that's a nice shape. Now I can take that curl. Now look, do you see that? Do you see that wave happening? I just love it. Okay, so now, let's see, working with my tripod a little. I'm gonna take the ends of that Wrap them around that ponytail. And secure that underneath. So here's a trick. If you end up with a few pieces of frizzy ends there, here's what you can do. You can spray, and it also helps to keep that hair wrapped around there a little better. You're gonna spray that lightly. I'm going to take the surface of my curling iron and just smooth it across that hairspray. That is going to make this hair lay perfectly smooth. And you know, if you happen to have someone who has frizzy flyaways at the base, maybe she's someone who has some breakage, you can also spray a little hairspray there, lay those down, take the surface of your curling iron, don't lay it on her scalp, but just lay over the top of the hair, and that automatically lays down any of those smoothies, or frizzies. Turn the frizzies to smoothies, how fun is that? So, hopefully that's another good tip. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is set. I don't think I sprayed that wave in though. Let me spray that last wave. Okay. I'm going to start removing these pins. Okay, I'm going to start here. And be careful when you're, to slide them out easily. Don't give the pins an opportunity, or your fingers an opportunity to pinch or pull any hair out. It's not easy to go back in once you have pulled hair loose. So I'm going to continue. And if you weren't watching a few minutes ago, while I had these pins holding these waves in place, I went in behind it and added bobby pins underneath to secure it. So now you can see, let me lift her and bring her to the camera. Well, I'm gonna bring her to the camera, but I want to smooth back over that ponytail. I messed with it a little bit while I was working. Okay, now I'm gonna lift her off here, or just take her closer to the camera, and so that way you can see the wave from the side into the back. Now let me pull her forward. Ooh, I don't want to pull the cord on my phone. Okay, pull her back. Blondie, that was funny. Now I'll take her back around, and you can see that she has a beautiful up style from the front, but a lovely ponytail in the back. And actually, when I said that earlier about if you had people who might be a little self-conscious of their ears, I actually did drop this over the tops of their ears. And then let me lift her off one more time, because I'm going to switch her out for another one of the mannequins. So there you go, our beautiful curly ponytail, and that didn't take long at all.